Coming out this morning, and it's a really nice, crisp fall day, and I know y'all have a lot of yard work you need to do this afternoon. We've had our prayer already for those of you who came in for the 9 o'clock business part, and you missed the prayer, but we had our prayer before we started to eat. If you will, stand and we'll do the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. David is obviously not here today. He's at the beach having fun with his grandkids. But we do have a guest here. I know I have some friends from Colbert County here. So if this is your first time to visit us, would you please stand and introduce yourself?
My name is Alex. I'm from Bradley Burns Campaign. Thanks for having me out today.
Is there anyone else?
I'm Daniel Rosser. I'm a part-time probate judge and full-time acolyte at Davis Black.
Welcome. Anyone else? It's exciting times, as you know, all of you know, that qualifying started last week, and many of us qualified, and the race is on, and I wish all of you good luck. I know you're not here to hear me speak, so I'm going to go ahead and let our special guest come on up and speak. Short introduction. I present to you Coach Tuberville.
Nice and short. That was good. Ask me, you want me to call you coaches? Hey, I earned coach. I want to keep that name. 40 years dealing with 18, 19-year-olds. You put your time in. Hey, it's good to see everybody. How many vets we got in here? Raise your hand. 1, 2. Awesome. Thank you for your service. Thank you very much. That was the reason that we have the ability to do what we're doing here today. I was a military brat. My dad, at age 16, went and joined the Army, quit the 10th grade, and joined the Army. I said, Dad, 10th grade? He said, yeah, I got tired of following that mule when I went home. And he was serious. Think about that. That was a different generation. 2 years later, he landed in Normandy on D-Day. Drove a tank all the way across Europe. And 5 Bronze Stars, a Purple Heart. That's a special group. I've met a lot of those guys over the years, and that's been special. I've actually been up in Washington, D.C. when they get off those flights, when they bring all those guys up free of charge and take them to the World War II Memorial. That's an awesome sight, all the flags and all those things. So, military brat, my dad, he stayed in the military when he got out. He loved this country, and he loved the military. Age 53, he was on a training mission, and heart blew up on him and died on active duty. But he wouldn't took anything from military, and that's the reason it's very special for the vets. I've met a lot of them across this state and across this country. President Bush and President Obama sent me and 3 other coaches twice to the Middle East to visit our troops, and it was special for me in several ways. Number one, I went over to see the troops, just thinking about my dad and when he was that age over there fighting. And then the other thing was going to see our troops. Now this is in Afghanistan, Iraq, Germany, Africa. I mean, we went all over. And it's special for me, coaching kids the same age that are over there. You don't really realize how young most of these people are that we put in harm's way. 18, 19, 20-year-olds. It's mind-boggling. but to go over there and then to come back and talk to my team and listen to them complain about cafeteria food. I said, boys, y'all ain't got a clue. Where I just came from, you wouldn't make it very long. But our military is the most important part of this country, and thanks for President Trump trying to bring it back, because we do need a fighting machine. We need something that can protect us from without. But the problem is right now we're getting attacked from within, unfortunately. But that's this country. But it's good to be here today too, on a nice, cool morning. I can remember years ago waking up on a morning like this, and my dad saying, "Okay, boys, let's go." Granddad's killing a hog. Y'all remember them days, some of you. Big old pot and get the water hot and all that. It just brings back memories when you fall mornings. It's the best time of the year. Of course, coaching for 40 years, you know, it's awesome. You know, we all got games we can go home and watch today. I'm looking forward to it after being on the road all week. Letting a little steam off and go and let my wife wait on me a little bit, which she won't do when I go home and watch the games tonight. But it's special that you're here. Really special because we need to fight. We need more younger people in this group. I want to tell you that. We need to start recruiting more younger people in the Republican Party. We got to do it. I have had the ability to go around and speak to a lot of the young Republicans in this state, and it's very, very emotional when you see these kids, because they get it. They understand, because this is the country they're getting ready to inherit. Hopefully we hand one over to them that is in good a shape as when most of us grew up. And that's what we got to focus on. We got to make sure we keep this country in the right frame of mind, because right now we're being attacked. I don't have to tell you that. We're being attacked. Why are you running for this seat, Coach? Well, I looked at the governor position when I retired a few years ago because I want to help. I never was in the military. I want to give public service. I've had a job for 40 years. I've been out in the public and I've seen where we've hurt. Our education's in bad shape. We're broke as a country. We have huge problems everywhere. And for some reason, we send a Democrat as a senator to represent you. And he does not represent what we want to be, how we want to be represented. So, we want a border wall. We don't want money for Planned Parenthood. We want our judges confirmed that President Trump wants confirmed. And he wasn't for any of those. And so we got to replace it. And that's the reason I'm running. I'm going to run. As I said earlier, we're in trouble. We've got to start somewhere else. And we've got a lot of good people in here that represent this city and county. And thank you for what you do. The one thing that I've noticed going around the state is meeting with mayors and sheriffs and city police and judges and city and county commissioners. This state is in good shape on the local level, because you're working hard to get your community in the right frame of mind and built up. I've really been excited about the downtown areas in most of these smaller towns, because we're building back. Building back. We're not letting it go to waste. We're building back, and we're keeping our heritage, and that's important, really important. But I'm running in this race because I've got on-hand experience. Somebody said, well, why are you qualified to be a senator? Well, let's look at it this way. I've had a job 40 years. I've dealt with education every day. Folks, education is the key to freedom. And we've almost ruined our education system. A lot of you don't really understand what's going on. I've seen it on a daily basis. We've got to make changes, nationally, statewide, and locally. We've got to get our kids back in a better frame of mind about how this country is run and why it's still here, about our Constitution. Do you realize in this state and other states, there's a lot of schools that do not teach U.S. history or civics. Some of our kids have never heard of the U.S. Constitution. And the U.S. Constitution is the reason that we're here today, as a republic, as freedom, as liberty. That's the reason we're here today. And so I've had a job in education. I've dealt with mental health problems every day. And folks, we don't have a mental health plan in this country. No, we don't have one. We don't have a plan. Our two plans are send them to jail or put them homeless. And we're paying the price for it right now. We've got homeless all over this country, but we don't have a plan. Our politicians do not have a plan for people that have in the past and maybe presently pay taxes in this country. We don't have a plan, and we better get a plan. Why do we have a gun problem? We don't have a gun problem. We got a people problem. We got a people problem. You take away guns, which they're not going to do. You take away guns, then we're going to have a problem with somebody using a car to kill somebody, going to blow up bombs, use knives. We got a mental health problem. That's a problem we have in this country, and we got to get back to that. But the one thing I really want to talk to you about, and most of you probably know this, and you might not know the extent of it, I dealt with drug problems every day, the last 20, 25 years. Folks, it's out of control. We lost 60,000 people in this country last year, died for overdose of drugs. Think about that. And we talk about other situations in this country. We're not talking about drugs. And drugs are a huge problem. It's killing our kids right and left. It's not just killing kids, it's killing people like us. We've got to get control of that, but you don't hear anything about talking about that. There's too much money in it. That's the reason. And if we don't get control of it, it's going to get us. It's going to get us. There's a kid at Birmingham. It's a sad deal. A buddy of mine. This time last year, kid's 23 years old. No problems. Church all the time. Well educated. Had a good job. He started smoking synthetic marijuana. Since that year, about this time last year, been in rehab twice. They can't get him straight. He gets on worse drugs. A few months ago, had him fingerprinted and told him bye. They couldn't handle it. He wouldn't listen to them. He's on the streets now, and they're waiting for a phone call. I mean, that's what happens, and it happens that quick. I've seen it in colleges. I had kids I had to go to see them in rehab over the years. It is a major problem that we've turned our back on. We really have. And so we've got that huge problem. So somebody asked me, what makes you qualified to be a senator? Folks, I've seen it. I've been in it. I've been in the fight. And that's the reason I'm doing this. Hey, I don't need this job. I want this job because I want to help. I want to go to Washington, D.C. and help you make decisions for our kids in our state and our country. I don't need a job. I don't need the money. I'm not taking any money. The money that I make goes straight to the veterans of this state. I don't need the money. I'm an outsider. I want to give a different perspective of what needs to be done in Washington, D.C. If we keep recycling these folks in D.C., folks, we're going to get the same result. You think we're in trouble now? You just wait and see what happens. So that's the reason I'm running, and that's the reason I'm qualified. And I'm looking forward to be a part of it. There's a lot of things that'll go on. You know, I'm not a swamp guy. Most of you probably know. If you've been following this race, when I get in, everybody says, football coach, he's not going to make it. I got over a 23-point lead today. I got the endorsement from the farmers across the state in Alpha, and I ain't letting up. I'm a politician's worst nightmare. I know how to work. I know how to talk. I know how to communicate, and I'm going to actually represent the people from my state, and not myself, and not a bunch of people special interest. I don't need the money, folks. We have got to go up and make decisions for you and your kids, or it's going to be over with. We got to do that. So, I want to go to Washington, D.C. to help you. I want to go to Washington, D.C. to help your kids, your grandkids. I want to go up there and help my kids, my grandkids, and my family. And that's the reason I'm doing it. I don't care if I'm ever on TV again. This is not an ego trip. This is a very important job. I mean, a very important job. And if I didn't think I was the best one, I promise you, I'd be home right now watching game day, getting ready to go for the games. I'd be watching. I'm the best person. I'm the most qualified. I want to go up and help, free of charge, and do the best job that you've ever seen as a senator. But I want to help you, and that's the reason I'm doing it. I don't care if I ever get another article written about me. I've had all that. I've had all that ego stuff. I'm ready to help. I want to give back to this country and this state, and I think it's very important. So that's the reason I'm running. That's the reason I'm here today. I make 8 or 10 stops a day. My numbers keep going up. I'm winning this election. Ain't no way they can stop me. Now, they fixing to come after me. My wife said, we're fixing to find out how many banks we robbed, right? I said, yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly. You know why? Because politicians don't win. They just vote. They don't have anything to run on. So they got to go against the other guy. I ain't got no record other than winning football games. I know how to win. I know how to lead. I know how to communicate. I know how to teach people to trust you. I know how to pull people together. And if we don't think that that ain't the problem up there, that is the problem. Nobody talks. Nobody will communicate with each other. We got to start talking up there. The left right now is, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. A vote for me is a vote for Donald Trump, because I believe in the guy. I ain't never seen people come after a guy like that. It's just amazing, absolutely amazing. And they're trying to impeach him over a phone call with all the money that's been stolen from politicians over the years. Are you kidding me? He stirred the pot's what he's done. He stirred the pot, and they're after him. A lot of them, not just a few. They're all after him. I can't wait till this Barr investigation comes out. Hope they expose everybody up there. In your lifetime, did you ever think a president of the United States and his cabinet and his FBI and CIA would spy on a presidential candidate and then try to run him out of office after he gets elected? Folks, that happened, and you're fixing to find that out. And that ought to make every one of you mad. Makes me mad, because this is a great country. So that's the reason I'm running. I want to go help Donald Trump clear that dang swamp out. And if we don't do that, we're not going to make it. We can just forget about it. So let's get it done. I need your vote. I need your support. And I'll be the best senator you've ever sent to Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.
Do you take questions?
Yeah, I'll take a couple.
Okay.
I got to get to Birmingham.
Okay, I knew he had another appointment. Does anybody have a question?
Yes, sir.
Sir, why'd you start at the Senate level instead of, most politicians, and I understand you're not a politician, but they get that experience in other positions. They're superintendents, they get mayors, that kind of thing. And I heard you mention governor. I wish you would have run for governor.
I trained for 40 years for this job. I'm going to tell you, all you got to look up there and see who's there and see where they train. They sat behind a desk, they read the newspaper, got their news off television. How many of them have ever told a kid their parents got killed in a car wreck? How many ever told a kid at 2 o'clock in the morning that their brother got shot in a game, drug rape? How many people have ever done that? That's in Washington, D.C. I've seen the real world. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. I've been in these small towns and seen what happens. I've been in all the small towns in the state, in this country. I've been everywhere. Folks, we're in trouble. And we got to have people with experience. I'm telling you right now, if I didn't think I was the best one, I would be home right now. I don't need this. I want to do this. I want to do it because I'm prepared for it, I've trained for it, and I know exactly what we need to do. If we don't get our education straight, we're not going to make it. We got to get our education back to where it was when we were coming up. We got to teach things in school that the kids can learn from, starting with history, starting with the Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, respect and loyalty. And maybe it might bleed over into respecting our police. What a thought, huh? We're losing that part. This country was built on God, family, and education. If we don't get those three back, we're going to have a huge problem. Any other questions?
One more? None? Safe travels.
Easy group. Thank you very much. Get my good side?
I did,
Thank
sir.
Do we have any new folks who came in since I asked last time? Anyone else need to say something, introduce yourself? Would you like to introduce yourself, or anybody who, good. Any other announcements? I'm not gonna keep you today. Wow, y'all are a good group. Where were y'all when I was teaching school?
In the principal's office.
Anybody else need to say anything before I let you go?
Do you know if anybody's running for State Board of Education?
I am. I did qualify, thank you, Bobby, for that. And I know we have other folks who are running in here, and I know last time we met, David gave everybody a chance to get up and say just a word, but if any of you, let's see, are you Dr. Stutt's son?
Yes, I'm his son-in-law. So
Okay.
This is his grandson. He's on call today, and he asked me to come down because I know he's always appreciated all the reception that Marion County's given him on everything.
Thank you. And if you did qualify this week, would you just stand up and just say your name and what you qualified for? I don't want to toot my own horn, but I did qualify for the State Board of Ed.
I qualified to be a candidate for Superintendent of Education. I'm Ann West.
I'm Darrell Weather. I represent Hackleburg and Bear Creek on the Board of Education. I'm just rerunning. I'm qualified.
I'm Josh. I did try to go by yesterday and qualify for candidate for superintendent, and I'm Josh Wesley. I'll try to do that. They said it'd probably be best to go by Wednesday because David's out of town.
Anyone else? Wow. Thank you for coming out today, and I hope to see most of you back at our next meeting next month. Have a wonderful day. Be safe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.